Hello Reformers and welcome back to A Clash of Kings. Now when we left off we were doing a pretty reasonable job at defending, but of course we were much more on an even keel for the most part. We weren't being outnumbered too much, however here we are being outnumbered, and this guy's forces, I did take a quick look before he headed in here, and these guys' forces are actually pretty tricky. So we're going to see if we can do this. As you can see we have a battle advantage of -3, which is really bad. But the good thing about it is that they seem to have two-handed weapons for the most part. So obviously that's going to make a big difference when it comes to us actually being able to deal some damage. Of course, it really doesn't matter either way. I mean, they do have some really powerful knight units that are coming up. Yes, of course. Me immediately going to the front lines and getting hit in the face. Yes, that's always what ends up happening, isn't it? Fantastic. Anyway, there's one of them. I think that's one of the vassals. Well, no, actually, no, it's not one of the vassals. Actually, there's only one vassal, I believe, here, but there was another one running around, and I was really not wanting him to take part in the siege, because if that is indeed the case, then obviously that would be absolutely monstrous. Us having to deal with two vassals. I think he had about 100 units as well, so it would have made it 250 for us to deal with instead of just the standard 150 that this guy has. So let's just hope that we'll be able to do a good enough job here. I mean, it seems like for the most part he has household guards, and those are, as we've seen, not actually that good. Because in the past, I've said that I think that the household guards are going to be really difficult to deal with, but then it just turns out that they're actually kind of easy, so I'm pretty happy about that. But obviously the sheer numbers that this guy has at his disposal, especially considering, actually wait a minute, these are Riverlander units. I actually thought we were being attacked by Stormlands for a second there, but no, these are actually Riverlands units, and as we know, they, well, tend to favor blunt weaponry, but not this time. It seems like they are actually able, and indeed capable, of killing our units. Because of course they're using sharp weapons now, but yeah, that's actually pretty strange, because in that one siege where we only suffered, what, 2 casualties? And 40 or 45 or something along those lines unconscious units? Literally, we only suffered that in comparison to this, where they've already killed 2 of us. Yeah, I actually thought I was gonna pull a much greater number out of the bag there, but no. Apparently, they have still only managed to kill 2 of us, which is pretty impressive. I suppose, I don't even know what's going on with that, to be honest, because we still have a high damage modifier. We still have a high damage modifier. I don't know what's going on there, really. I mean, I suppose it is just as I've explained in many videos beforehand, that in general, when we are the defense, it is very easy to sustain little to no casualties, especially when we're dealing with forces like this, and especially when you yourself as a player character, if you are combat focused, like we are with Elias at the moment, if we get to the front lines, if we get to the front lines and actually, impact the game itself, and actually do a reasonable amount of damage as ourselves, then it's highly likely that we're not going to be sustaining too many casualties. I mean, look at that. So far, we've only lost 12, and the enemy has almost been defeated. And if you think about it, if it was on the other side, just think about that for a second. If it was on the other side, and we were attacking the Riverlands, which we obviously did in a previous episode, but they obviously didn't have the best units. They had some, mid-tier units, but they outnumbered us. And yet we still prevailed, but we sustained many more casualties as a result of them having the advantage, the defensive advantage, the numbers advantage. But that's the thing, the only reason they lost in the end was because of their gear and the level of their units, because in general we were only dealing with mid-tier units where, if we were, for example, swapped in our roles, we would most likely have a very severe problem on our hands if we were to, for example, go against us. So if I were to swap all of my units for Riverlands units, and I were to go against my units right here, Westerlands units for the most part, then we would sustain many more casualties as a result. So that's just something to take into account there. Anyway, as you can see, there we go, there's the 37 kills. That's exactly what I'm talking about as well. We are having a huge impact with Elias here. So there we go, we're getting a little bit more relation with the Westlands as well. And I'm going to be taking as many of these guys as I can. I need to make sure that I'm taking the ones that are going to sell for a good amount. So I guess I'm just going to take the elite Riverlander man-at-arms. As you can see, I have literally 1 coin. 1 coin. We're going to hold it very dear to our hearts because we certainly need this 1 coin. And yeah, hopefully it's going to turn into many coins when we go and sell our prisoners. So let's just share out the loot a little bit here. Don't want my men to get upset because that would just be the thing that would happen right now, wouldn't it? Yeah. On top of being absolutely bankrupt, we're then going to have, you know, our men running away and doing all kinds of awful things. So I'm going to wait here for some time because I have a feeling that maybe... Ooh! Aha! Look at that! One of our friends, one of our family members, technically, has come along and is besieging the crossing, which is actually just over here, amazingly enough. So that's pretty cool. Alright, so let's have a look here. Okay, so we have one of the Freys here, but he's not actually in any position to help us defend, because he only has 31 units. Okay, so it seems like everything's going... Yes, okay, so it seems like everything I was going to say was going reasonably well, but it seems like we're going to have to deal with Lord William Mooton and Lord Titus Blackwood. And I have a little bit of cash to upload. Upload? To upload, yes, I'm going to upload some of my units. Yeah, let me just upload those right to YouTube right now, because no doubt they're going to be very happy there. Anyway, the point is, upgrade, yes, upgrade, that's what I was going to say. Very good. Yeah, so I'd like to upgrade some of our units. I was going to say upload again there for a second, but yes, I'd like to upgrade some of these, but unfortunately I don't seem to have much money. I'd love to be able to go and sell, but I'd need to go to Stony Sept. I like turning around the map this way around, because the north is supposed to be in the north, of course. Anyway, yeah, this is... I don't know whether we're going to be able to do this. Alright, so I've been doing a lot of damage. I've been trying to defend the walls, you know, to the best of my ability. Not the walls in the north, but, you know, these walls. And, yeah, things are going okay. But, as you can see, the enemy here has a couple of Raventree archers. And you know how effective Raventree archers can be. Yes, we have seen their power in a previous series of A Clash of Kings, as I have attempted to use those myself. And attempted to get a critical mass of them, no less. You know, that was actually very fun for me. Unfortunately, I was unable to keep that up, and obviously they just all died eventually. But anyway, point is, these guys actually do have some Raventree archers, so I'm a bit worried about this, to be honest, especially considering I'm very low in HP. So I can assume that if the Raventree archers are going to shoot at me, they're probably going to kill me very quickly. I have taken a lot of damage just from random blows, really. You know, nothing too dire here or there, but just in general, we've just been taking a little bit of damage from random attacks, and it's not been very good, but it's okay, because we're still alive. We're actually still... Yes. Yes. We're actually still alive. Not anymore. Not anymore. Yes. Yeah, well, that happens. That does happen. Ooh, look at that. I didn't even realize that... Oh, never mind. I actually thought we had, like, a huge ravine to defend us against the enemies, but no. It was actually just a graphical error because I was inside the wall there. But anyway, how are we doing so far? Well, actually not too bad. We've lost quite a few of our units, as you can see. The initial defense here is rather lackluster, but... we're still doing okay. I mean, I've lost, I think, about 20 units so far, maybe 30, and I think we've killed about 80 to 90, so the ratio is not actually that good, because we have about 99 units in the defense total, and that is, of course, including the peasants, including absolutely everyone here. And I think the enemy has about 250, so... Yeah, kind of the nightmare scenario, basically, because I really, really badly wanted to go and sell and maybe get a couple more units, because obviously with money, you can do basically anything you want. But it seems like the economy in general of this version of A Clash of Kings is a little bit weird, because as I stated in a previous episode, the wages, and indeed the taxes and rents that we are gaining from the castle in general is very, very low. And I'm not entirely sure why that is. I'm not entirely sure, because it is indeed a castle. It is a very, very large castle. I mean, look at it. It's very grand, very majestic, and you would expect there to be quite a few people living here and working here and so on and so forth, and that would in turn mean that, you know, the taxes and rents that you would gain from it would be considerable. But unfortunately, that is not the case in in this particular situation. So as you can see, we lost 77. Oh my. Yeah, so as you can see, yeah, that is pretty crazy. We almost lost that. Very, very close to losing it. And as you can see, I also did a pretty decent amount of damage there, as well as our companions. Martin Snow did a good job. And then, of course, we had Fenner and Allen and Gurnier doing a good job as well. But, wow. That was really close. That was really close. I'm going to take this guy prisoner because I need the cash. I do need the cash. Ooh, Raven Tree Archers. I would love to take you, so I'm going to be doing that. I could potentially be taking more Heavy Riverlander Knights as well. Oh my. I'd love to take more of them. Okay, we're just going to do that and see what happens. Okay, so... Ooh, Piercing Arrows. Absolutely useless for me. Thank you. Yes. Okay, so I gained a thick, heavy robe and a thick... chainmail... Oh, wait a minute. Did that go away? Did you see that? It gave me a bonus item and then overwrote that bonus item with something else. Well, that's hilarious. Isn't that what happened? Let's actually just take a look here real quick. Yes, a thick chainmail hawbuck. Well, I was actually going to gain that. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, so here's the issue. I have 16 units available for battle. If someone comes along now... Ooh, thank you. Okay, so apparently the Westerlands are finally reacting to the siege of Riverrun, and hopefully we're going to have a sort of reasonable presence of defense in this area from now on. At least until I can kind of get my bearings and, you know, restore myself to my previous glory. Ah, there's the Vale. And they're just kind of moving around at the moment, not really doing too much, which is fine with me. Thank you very much for the assistance, friends. Yes, now they're going away again. So, hopefully they're going to stay in the area, but I would assume that... Yes, there they are again. Yeah, hopefully that the Riverlands have now decided to basically get out of the way and not actually participate in any more sieges here. But you never know, you never know. They probably are going to come back at any time. But anyway, now is the time to go to Stony Sept. And we're going to get some food and all kinds of things. Ah, I probably should have attacked that fellow over there, Lucius. Probably should have gone and attacked him. But, yes, obviously, that's not really viable at the moment. We do need to sell a bunch. Sell these war lances, the piercing arrows, and all these things. There we go. Nice. Look at the monies. Yes, the monies are coming in. Very good. Okay, sell the falchion there as well. I don't even have 10 intelligence. I can't even read books. That's very sad. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so we're going to be taking a bunch of bread. I think that should be enough. And we're going to try and find a ransom broker. I very much hope that there's going to be one here. Or not as the case may be. Well, that is a great shame. I wonder where I can go from here. Where can I go from here to actually sell? I can't go to the Reach. I can go to King's Landing, of course, but I can't go anywhere else, basically. I could go to, you know, Lannisport. But that's very, very far away. I guess all I can do is just head back to Riverrun and see whether Tywin is actually even going to give it to me. I mean, that's the thing. Has he actually given this to us? I don't think he has. Am I remembering incorrectly? Okay, yes, you're gathering for a feast. No, I'm not remembering incorrectly. Okay, so yes, apparently we have not even been awarded it yet. So I'm basically stecking? Yes, I'm stecking my neck out. Yes. Sticking my neck out rather considerably here by weakening my own army in pursuit of defending something that I don't even have yet. So, good. Yes. Fantastic. Good work. Good work, me. Yeah, okay, so let's just hope that he's actually gonna... he's actually going to do something here. Okay, so, yeah, we have 2,500 remaining. And that's it. So, if he gives this to us, then that's good, because that's going to give us another 500. Ooh, breaking the bank. Breaking the bank by giving me another 500 in taxes and rents. Very surprised about the low values that the castles have. But I have heard from a number of you that that is indeed a problem with this version of A Clash of Kings, which is kind of sad, really. I mean, I guess you just have to continue fighting things? You just have to continue fighting vassals and all kinds of things to continue to get your wages up. But obviously, if you're running around with a very high-tier army, and we're talking about heavy mounted units right here, they're all going to be around 100 coins. All around 100 coins each, every single week. So let's say you have 80, right? Let's say you have 80 heavy mounted units, or at the very least, just regular mounted units. Look at this. This is 83 dinars right there. Just for that. And of course, you do need to level them up as well. You know, I have a bunch of these to level up, but unfortunately, I don't think I can. Because look, my money just evaporates like nothing else. So how are you supposed to sustain an army of such greatness if your fiefs and indeed your wages in general are just going to be so low that you're not going to be able to pay your men? I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. It's quite a quandary. Quite a quandary indeed. We're going to see how that goes, obviously. And well, what is actually happening with Riverrun here? Has he given it to anyone? No, he's not. Well, he's having a feast at the moment, so obviously I'm going to have to wait that out, I guess, because he's going to be quite an annoying fellow at the moment. Oh, it seems like the Stormlands have taken back Harren Hall. Oh, okay. Well, that's actually not too bad, because then we can maybe launch an assault against that ourselves and maybe claim it for us. That would be kind of nice. But let's just see what... Oh, alright. Okay, so... Here's the thing. We unfortunately will not be able to... claim ownership over Riverrun. And is that because it's a strategic importance fief? Is that the reason? Or is it scripted that I not get this? Not entirely sure. But that's the thing, I don't know. I don't know what to do, because there are a number of different options here. What we can do is we can either accept the decision and continue to fight for the Westerlands and, you know, continue to expand their influence by being generally pretty cool and pretty good at what we do, because we are expanding their territory by, for example, taking Riverrun. So do we continue to do that? Or do we renounce our oath to our liege, to Tylus Lannister, which I'm now going to call him to insult him right now, and we go and join the North? Do we go and join the North, like, right then and there? I don't know. I don't know. I think I'm going to accept the decision for now, because 2,500 coins is actually pretty nice, and it's actually more than this fief is going to give you in, what, 5 weeks? Because if it gives you 500 every week, and then it's 5 weeks, so technically, it's better to take the money, hilariously enough. But yeah, now we have 4,500, so I'm going to be spending quite a lot. Oh my. Are you serious? I'm back down to where I was before. That is just... I think that's utter insanity, to be honest. I think it's really quite insane to have such high upgrade costs. Because, look at this. Just to upgrade one of these elite Westerlander man-at-arms into a sergeant, it's 242 coins. I don't know. I don't know how you're supposed to do that. I mean, yes, okay, I could get an enterprise, and I'm probably going to try and do that. So what I'll do is I'm going to head back to Acorn Hall, and I'm basically just going to wait for a couple of... Oh, you really want to attack me? Wow, that's not very nice. It's not very nice of you, is it? Well, anyway, point is, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to wait around, and I'm going to see if I can find some Riverlands vassals, and then I'm going to try and pounce on them whenever I can, and then those guys will feed my enterprise. Yes, hopefully they will. And the money, that is, not their meat. Yes, not the meat from them, thank you very much. But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to do something like that, and I'll be able to construct an ironworks or something in Stony Sept. And hopefully that will make a bit of a difference, because I've heard from some of you that enterprises are obviously going to make a bit of a difference. And yeah, that's true, but I've just not ever had that much money to really spend on something like that. So that was the main reason why I wasn't really, you know, concentrating on anything like that before. But hopefully, you know, hopefully now that we have ascertained the destiny of Riverrun, we will be able to make some more business-related decisions. And I could even, if I wanted to, probably go over to Bravos and probably do something there, like retrieve some money and maybe, you know, build an ironworks or something along those lines there. You know, not in Bravos, probably, but maybe in Stony Sept or something like that. So yeah, these guys are actually dying pretty easily, so that's nice. But there are a lot of them, and they do have some pretty fiendish-looking weaponry. So hopefully I won't, you know, see the face end of that. Yes, that would not be very nice, but yes, hopefully we can just kill all of them. How dare you? He's escaping. Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to escape there for a second, but no. Really? Are you serious? With that haircut? With that haircut? Are you... No, yeah, you're joking. Okay, well, there you go. It seems like we have prevailed. I mean, who thought we weren't going to against a bunch of raiders? Well, yeah, seems okay. I mean, literally, they're doing me a favor right now. They are literally doing me a favor, because the more units I lose, the better my weekly wages. And I mean, that's the whole point. You don't really, as a commander of an army, want to be hoping that you lose a bunch of your really, really high-priced units, do you? But that's what the wages are currently doing to me right now. You know? Because if I had enough money to obviously pay all these guys, then I'd be absolutely fine. But as it stands, you kind of hope that some of them actually perish in these fights, even though you don't really want them to. So it's a bit of a contradiction. And kind of sad, to be honest, because you spend a lot of time leveling these people up, and then they're just gone, and you're kind of thankful because the money that you pay them is just so extremely exorbitant. So I guess, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen there. But 15 renown is certainly something that I am very happy to accept, and I'm also very happy to get those Stormlands Knights. Or am I? Because then I'm also going to have the problem of paying them a massive weekly wage. So I guess, yeah, I don't even know. So I'm just going to take a bunch of this and sell it. Thank you. And there we have it. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.